Hey guys, this is Matt Core from ctrl+paint.com, and today we're going to talk about a different way to do rotational symmetry. It's going to be pretty similar to what we did in the previous video, so hopefully you've seen that one. The key difference here is that we're going to talk about a way to keep iterating. Because if you're a concept artist or you're working on a design, odds are you're going to want to change things. You're going to want to try different colors or different variations. And if what you're designing is symmetrical, smart objects are a great way to prototype. So I've rolled the demonstration back a few steps, and what we have here is the first finished quarter. Now, instead of just duplicating that like we did, we're going to first convert it to a smart object, and then we're going to duplicate it. So we move the center pin, rotate 90 degrees, and then we rotate again with duplicates 3 times. Cool. I can hide the center point. I'm not going to need it anymore. And now we've got 4 copies of this smart object. Now, if you've been watching ctrl+paint before, you can probably guess what's going to happen next. So here I'm going to drop this out of full screen mode. Double click on any of the smart objects and you get a separate canvas that is the contents. Now in our case it's just one layer, but we can add to that. The really neat thing is there's a live relationship here. So if I change the contents of this, we'll say add in a big dot and then save. And here you can see it's updated in real time. Now, I don't actually want that big dot, but the point is I can try out a variety of different looks, if you want to call them that, and they'll update right into my final artwork. So once again, I'm speeding up the footage because the skills I'm using here I've talked about in other videos. The important part is this trial and error, seeing how something looks, hitting save, trying something else. It's a fun way to just work with the system and let happy accidents happen. This is the exact same principle from when I was using Sumo Paint to make the thumbnails in the first place. Here we're just painting with Photoshop tools instead. But the important thing to remember is that this is still a document we can work with. So I'll close this for a minute. And I'm going to go back to my main image. So I can actually do things like nest all of these into a group. And maybe what I want to do is put some sort of a background shape here. And I can put some vignetting around the image, add texture, or whatever the case might be. It doesn't really matter in the stacking order where these smart objects exist. They're still smart objects. And then later on I can decide, actually, I think I do want to change these again. So then I just open up one of these smart objects, probably using 2 document windows next to each other here. And then I can make whatever change I want. So as long as you keep these smart objects live, as in you don't rasterize them, you have this really nice flexibility. On one hand, you're making a painting. Here I can do whatever document-wide changes I want to do. But then on the other hand, at any point, I can go back and modify and retain that symmetry. I hope this gives you one more reason to love smart objects. I know I do. In fact, if you have any other unusual uses for these, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. So let us know. And as always, thanks for coming to the site. Have fun painting, guys.